Você disse recentemente que a economia mundial está passando por uma mudança radical, com um aumento nos juros e também na inflação. Como que isso pode transformar os mercados e a maneira como os investidores não só investem, mas também analisam oportunidades?
Well, interest rates have a profound influence on the investment environment. They determine what will do well and what will do poorly. They create winners and losers. For the last 40 years, we've had declining interest rates or ultra-low interest rates. And after the stimulative efforts to cure the pandemic, we had inflation rear its head in a way we haven't had since the 1970s. That called for the raising of interest rates to cool off the economy and reduce the inflation. So after 40 years of low and declining interest rates, we had rising interest rates, and last week we reached a level we haven't seen in 21 years. Higher interest rates will be better for savers, better for lenders, less good for asset acquirers, less good for borrowers. In particular, from my point of view, the period 2009 through 2021 was particularly difficult for lenders because interest rates were very low and lending institutions were competing for the opportunity to put out money. And when they compete in the terms of lower interest rates and less safety, which makes it very hard for the prudent lender. This is a big change now that we're in a higher interest rate environment and one where rates are not, in my opinion, not going back down to the recent lows.
Você sempre diz que você não faz previsões, por isso eu não vou perguntar sobre estimativas para PIB, inflação nem juros. Mas você diz que você se prepara para diferentes cenários. Então, como você e outros gestores da Oaktree se prepararam para esse cenário de mudança radical na economia?
Well, I would say that in the period 2009 through 2021, we behaved in a cautious manner. Now, if you were ultra cautious in that period and you sat out, you missed a lot. An investment manager like me can't sit out on the sidelines for 13 years. So we were in the game. We were making loans and buying assets and buying securities, but a little more cautiously than usual. We didn't know what would happen, and that's consistent with my belief that you can't predict, but we thought we were in a climate where there was vulnerability to negative developments. So we behaved in a cautious manner. We were selective with regard to the credits we loaned to. We did not expand our business aggressively because we felt, frankly, that there weren't great things to do. I gave a speech from 2010 to 2020 entitled Investing in a Low Return World. We were in a low return world. How do you get a good return in a low return world? It's not easy. Most of the solutions involve taking a lot of risk in order to amp up the return. That's not our style. So, as I say, we were in the game, but cautiously.
Mas você ficou mais agressivo recentemente, né, nos últimos 2 anos, especialmente depois da pandemia.
We turned more aggressive when the pandemic hit. We do better in worse times. In good times, everybody's optimistic. Security prices go to the moon. In bad times, people are more worried, and so they let security prices decline, which is attractive to us. So we have raised some large funds since mid-2020, 3 years now. We've invested somewhat more aggressively. We've seen much better lending and investing opportunities. We're feeling good about the environment at the present time. Not good in the sense that we'll see rapid economic growth, good in the sense that a somewhat more fragile environment will create more opportunities for us.